I'm Casi. I'm a recovering vegan. I was vegan once, and that was the worst meal of my life. I couldn't do it. First of all, I was so exhausted telling everybody I was vegan. And then, how was I to end a 40-year relationship with bocconcini balls? I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it, guys. You know what? Asking our nation's input into the pipeline issue is a no-win situation. That's like asking my family of 5, what does everybody want for dinner? Nobody agrees. They start fighting with each other, and then we just sit around eating bocconcini balls. I love large families. I'm the youngest of 8 kids. Catholic Church. And you know, growing up in my house was so chaotic. I was in grade 11 before I realized my parents had moved away. Being the youngest, I wasn't allowed to do anything at home. So when I moved away, I was so excited to phone my mom. I browned meat for tacos. No, yeah, I just left it out on the cutting board for 3 days. Pretty simple. I'm married for 22 years. And I have 3 amazing kids. I've discovered the secret to communicating with teenagers. I get my husband to do it. I'm not doing it. Do you know what? With kids, there's always a teachable moment. We were watching Dirty Dancing. I paused the tape. Okay, kids, that was a consensual kiss. Who can tell me what that means? And then I passed out condoms and Planned Parenthood brochures, just like any other mother would. I take the parent advisory guide for movies very seriously, especially when it comes to profanity. I'm like, okay, we're watching Uncle Buck. Kids, gather around. I want you to listen up for 5 shits, 2 dams, a dickhead, and a son of a bitch. How else do I get them to put down their phones? Sometimes I let my chin hairs grow in to see who's really looking at me. That's what it takes. I totally support fear-based parenting. I took my girls to a party and I dropped them off and I'm like, okay, girls, stick together. Text me if you need anything. Okay, have a good time. Oh, just a minute. When you get home, I'm going to need urine samples. I'm terrified of those genetic DNA testing kits. I'm afraid it's going to confirm what I've always suspected. That my husband's actually my brother. Does anybody remember those Popeye candy cigarettes that when you took a puff and the puffs of smoke went out? Wait a minute, was I vaping? I don't know why we're so afraid to expose our kids to stuff. I mean, growing up, my favorite toy was a martini travel suitcase with a side compartment for bitters. What is the problem? So I haven't had alcohol for 2.5 years. Thank you. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, one addiction is usually replaced by another, and in my case, it's knitting. Knitters. Sometimes I just lose myself to knitting so impassioned that one time I knit one pearl to my leg hairs. What are you guys thinking? Oh gosh. So okay. What thing that upsets me the most when my kids fight, it's all the time. So I'll say to them, do you want to be the one responsible for me drinking again? Why should I be the only one in therapy? That's not right. You know what? Honestly, I would just love one night with Morgan Freeman. Hey, now. So I'm unemployed. I just can't seem to find a nursing job where I don't have to touch people. I was a palliative nurse. And I'm a registered nurse, 20 years. And my favorite job, thank you. Well, no, I'm unemployed. My favorite job was palliative nursing. And that's like looking after people as they approach the end of life. Needless to say, I'm absolutely useless in a medical emergency. Like some people might stabilize fractures and others might do chest compressions, and there's me. Does anyone know where you keep your good jewelry or your will? Not helpful. It even impacted how I played with my young kids. There was no way I was going to buy them one of those toy camper vans. Not until Barbie appointed a healthcare decision maker. So research shows that hearing your mother's voice is soothing and relaxing and can help with depression. Oh, nobody believes that? I know. So why do my kids answer the phone? Oh, shit. You've been great. Thank you. Here she comes.